I saw a gap in the next generation talking about agriculture, but not knowing how to access opportunities that government has prepared for us.
The government pays what we call an export expansion grant. That is called EEG. 5% of whatever I export for free.
This generation wants it fast, wants it quick, and wants it now.
Okay.
So we need to tell them what they can do. Yes. I want to show them legally how they can get into the agricultural sector, demystify the idea that it's meant for rural farmers.
It's not difficult. You can still wear suit to farm. For most of you that don't know, there's a tractor that has air condition. If you drive in your air condition, you'll even be hearing your rap songs. Yes.
I'm Judge Temitope Blessing.
I'm Michael Adesanwo.
Adebaju Adetutu is my name. My name is Fortune Njoku.
I came to learn more about myself, how I can be self-employed without even looking for a job outside there.
I've learned to be self-confident in whatever you do.
It has raised my expectations because there are a lot of things that I've learned now that about how to get more information about how to translate passion into business.
What do you need to take your business to the next level? Expert advice? Affordable financing? State-of-the-art technology? A partner you can trust. At First Bank, we can help with that. Visit sme.firstbanknigeria.com to find out how we can help you grow your business. First Bank.
You said a lot, and everything you said, even with all the different niche areas of the agro-allied, requires land from what you've said. Now, an African farmer had said something earlier about all these lands that we can rent for 2,500. Now, can you expatiate? Because that's critical to us taking advantage of the things that Sylvester has said.
Government has river basin projects across all the states in the Federation. Some even have irrigation. Irrigation is during the dry season, you can add water, introduce water, and it will be as if it's in the rainy season. Now, you get to any Ministry of Agriculture and ask them where the river basin project is. They'll give you the address and you go there. This is a sector I've been using since 1996. If you do the maths, it's about 17 years. Nobody bribes anybody in the public sector. Nobody get there, give them the 2,500, they allocate the land for you. The tractors are there. Government has the infrastructure for tractors. You have tractors. You pay 7,500. They do it twice for you. That's 15,000. You pay the money. They prepare the land for you. They ask you what do you want to plant. It's as simple as I'm talking about it. Cucumber, by the way, cucumber matures in 45 days.
I think they've said quite a bit. And before I challenge them with other questions, I want to take your temperature on what we're discussing.
In my house where I'm living, I'm rearing chicks. Now,
you're rearing what?
Chicks.
Chicks.
I mean cockerel.
Okay. Chicken.
Why I'm rearing cockerel is that because of the space. If it were to be layers, you're going to take larger space. But for cockerel, it takes smaller space. But I find out that I don't sell out the cockerel, being that I don't know how to market it.
I like planting things. When we have seeds, I like planting them. I like fresh things. So how do we, the IT people, come in?
I'm happy that you're all so excited about it and you have so many questions. But beyond what we say here is you need to go and do a lot of work. Gather a lot of information and move as much as you can. Sirs.
Okay. man that spoke about the cockerel, what you are doing is called what I term hope marketing, H-O-P-E. You produce and hope that they come. That will not get you anywhere. You have to go out and look for people. Where you find women, that's where you have markets. The banks, the people working in the banks and the corporate industry, they want to go to market, they don't have the time. So if you go there and say, oh, take a photograph of a chicken you killed, this I've done.
Or the one you haven't killed, sir.
You kill the chicken, cut it into parts, let them see how you remove the thigh, just place it there and show a full picture that at the end of the day, I give you 17 pieces. Added value is the cotton. And you show them. And you say, I'm a graduate, I don't want to steal. I'm telling you, especially if you go to the women, they will buy from you.
You see, in agriculture, agribusiness, and pharmacy, or pharmaceutical practice, they're interwoven. Most of your drugs, of course, are agro-based. They just do a little addition, value added, and some just become polymers, maybe a little, inorganic use or usage. If, as a pharmacist, okay, you go into the research, using ICT, of course, you know ailments, you know what is being produced, how it's being produced. All you need to do is just get the formula. You can get some formulas. I have some secret formulas I use for some of my products. It works very well. I put one of the best asthmatic products. It's organic. I'm not a pharmacist. You are. But you can also bring that value chain into it using IT.
Essentially what he's told you is there are opportunities around you everywhere. Even within the agro-allied, without you owning land, without you planting anything. Don't forget, the guy who is really seriously farming, like the young man who is raising chicken, he doesn't know how to sell it. But somebody else likes to sell and can work out how to sell it. So there are different parts of the chain that you can fit into. The one that is farming, the one that is processing, the one that is selling, the one that is supporting, the one that is researching, the one that is gathering information that can help those that are producing, whatever. Where agriculture and agro-allied is concerned, the opportunities are endless. And truthfully, we desperately need to work it out, because the future depends on how much we can bring into this sector, how much we can get out of it in terms of development. Before we found oil in Nigeria, we were a rich nation from agriculture. Cocoa, granite, everything. So you need to find out. Do your research, and some of these businesses, you might need to start at home like that young man did. Find the smaller version that helps you to test and to prove, and then move to the next stage of developing. We need to work this out. So we have no business saying we can't employ our people. We're generating a lot of economic activities as a nation, but not for our own people. Because you guys will need to be redefining the economy, redefining the space, going into new areas, taking on new challenges, breaking new barriers. You're a bit lost in the middle of it. Because the way we've structured our educational system, we're pushing everybody in the same direction. But I already told you before, your degree is information. Yeah. After you get the degree, say thank you to your parents, give it to them. Then you go and apply yourself. Use part of the information you have, but get whatever else you don't have. Whatever else you need, get it. You're adults, you're not children. You don't need anybody to spoon feed you. The way your parents know it, they've led you this far. The way the educational system understands it yet, it's not perfect, but at least it got you started. Don't make it your excuse. Now, you correct whatever they haven't done, and then change the game. We need to. It's your life. And I keep saying that to you. We better get our act together. The future is in your hands. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
you a creative person? Are you looking for the right partner to help you transform your talent into your business? We can help with that. First Bank SME Connect. Visit sme.firstbanknigeria.com to find out more. First Bank.
Are you a Nigerian? Do you have a business idea but lack the initial capital? AGDC, in partnership with Lagos State Government, the Chair Center Group, founded by Mrs. Ibukun Awoshika, presents through an online contest, Ignite Ideas Contest, to give seed capital of 100,000 Naira each to 1,100 people and 1-year business mentorship. There is more. You also get access to credit facility from one of the biggest banks in the country. All you have to do is log on to www.igniteideas.org to register and fill the application form. You should also follow them on their social media pages. Facebook, www.facebook.com/IgniteIdeasContest. Twitter, @IgniteContest. Hurry and give your business ideas some life.
My challenges are...
I've met a lot of obstacles and challenges.
My biggest challenge in poultry farming so far?
For me, the major challenge has been identifying what I want to do career-wise and locating the resources.
Getting people to come and buy it from you is another ball game entirely, and you have to be sure that your gross margin is okay and your cash flow is really not affected.
Majorly in the crop section.
Getting the right information from the right sources, because there are so many, there is this barrier that you cannot really interact with other farmers.
From this section, I'm hoping to get more information, more enlightenment, and make more friends.
What I hope to gain from this one-on-one session is experience and knowledge.
My hopes for this section is to meet other like-minded people, share ideas, get access to information, and get access to information that could help me grow my business.
Now, what I'd like to know is, since you've started this journey as entrepreneurs in your different industries, first, do you have any regrets? Like, you left a job to do this, you know? Sometimes I feel like I've challenged a lot of people to get up and go off. And the more I hear about those that left their jobs, I'm like, it better work. Otherwise, I'll have a lot of hate mails later of those that think they were encouraged to get into this and now they're suffering. So it'd be good to know, you know, how has your experience been? Haven't left a job, and for those of you that then moved from one thing to another, and how has the knowledge you gained helped the process, and also what are the challenges you've encountered in the process of applying some of the knowledge that you gained during the program? Because that way we can go a step further and say, okay, you've tried this, this has worked, you've gotten stuck here, what do you need to know that you don't know? So you're a prototype of other people that were on the program or other people who watched from home and ran with it. That way, the agenda for us is to keep moving so that we achieve our end goal.
My experience is that before, I thought I needed salary to sustain myself. But when I now joined Ignite, I now saw that salary cannot sustain me for my life. So I needed income. So in the course of that training,
well, salary can. There's some big salaries.
So and I at Ekpe. So after the training, I started with vegetable.
Okay.
So then people in Ekpe then used to go as far as Ijebu-Ode to buy vegetables. Okay. So when they now saw that there's another one nearby in the agri settlement in the neighborhood, so I draw the customers back to myself.
Okay. Anybody else want to tell me?
For me, identifying what you even want to do and ensuring that it is sustainable was the biggest issue for me. If you don't have the skill set, because I'm balancing two things, knowing enough about agriculture and then knowing enough about investments. Given that my degree is even in design. So finding out, getting the knowledge.
But, just take you up on that. The thing is, all of you seem to have studied something other than what you're doing, which is a recurrent pattern in the Nigerian educational system. But is also, for me, an evidence of the fact that whatever degree you have in university is only to educate your mind and to open your mind. It shouldn't limit your ability or your capacity or the opportunities that you can take up. That beyond your degree is your interest and your skill set, and that you can sharpen those skill sets to prepare yourself to take on other things other than what your degree says you should be doing.
Myself and my friends, we joke that we're doing our masters in the University of Google. Finding the knowledge to
But that's
apply.
not such a bad thing. I mean, you don't really pay for it.
Yes. So finding that knowledge base for me, every day, trying to identify what works and what doesn't work, which information is relevant, what is useless. And for me, that is one challenge that I have had to face. Number two, realizing that getting survival money is a temporary fix, which is one of the reasons why I was able to quit my job, because I realized that by the time kids set in, everything is moving exponentially, your salary is moving arithmetically, one day the math won't add up and you'll be stuck. So take the risk now. Fortunately for me, my wife supported and I was able to do that. And now it's putting structures on ground. Another challenge that I have faced very frequently is the credibility. People doubt your credibility. You want a chance to prove to them that you can deliver. They want you to show them who you last delivered for. Same thing for getting a job. And then you're like, this thing is a cycle. Please, just give me a chance. Just give me a chance. That's one. Every day. But getting the job at TSL helped, because once that came on my CV and the interaction, I was dealing with offshore investors, Deutsche, HSBC. So when I talk to the average Nigerian investor, I'm like, Oga, I've dealt with bigger people. Exactly, so that really helped. But still, some people just want to know who you have done this for. When you now convince them, they now want to know the Naira value of who you have done it for relative to what you're trying to get.
Well, if you remember from Ignite seasons, we talked about building a track record and the reality that every person that you deal with at any point in time will still count in your future. No matter what you do, people will always want some sort of level of confidence, which is what makes it difficult for a startup. But it's also why we designed the Ignite program, especially the employability part, to have an internship component, which means we're not after what they will pay you. Whatever they pay, we're happy with, but we want you to get the value of the experience, because you were sent to CSL to intern, but you performed well as an intern, which resulted in them giving you permanent employment. Now, if you walked into CSL without coming from the Ignite program, you probably would not have gotten the internship, because it's not a ready-made program that they do. But they know that the process that Lagos State has paid for in the employability part of the program has translated the graduates that came out of the university to a different kind of graduate that is more employable and value-adding.
Do you want to grow your business by selling to people in different ways? We can help with that. First Bank SME Connect. Visit sme.firstbanknigeria.com to find out more. First Bank.
So we send you to the internship program in order for that period to reveal the true value that you have, and therefore make it easier for the employer to see that, oh, I've got a nugget here, let me take you in. That's why they would employ you. And so we encourage a lot of people. Some will get on the Ignite program, some will have to do it other ways, which means that even if what you're trying to get is employment, if you find a place that will take you without paying you salary for 2-3 months, you should take it, because the value that you get, first from the exposure to the workplace, 2 from the network of people that you meet there, 3 from proving your capacity and the skills that you get from there, then allows you to have a CV where you can write interned or volunteered in so and so firm, and you can list the responsibilities that you were assigned in those places. You also then have a reference, because if you perform well there, the people can refer you even if they're unable to employ you yourself. It's the same as in business, because some of the services that you offer, you will find people that don't have the capacity to pay or pay as much as you really know that you're worth. So there's a trade-off. Is your opportunity cost in the early days of a business. You have to be willing to. You can't, as a young business or as a young person, be looking for the high return or high profit on day one. You can have a chance you pay a certain price at the early stage for your longer term goals. If you remember, during Ignite, we talked about short-term planning, long-term planning and all of that. And you can have a short-term goal which is only to support your long-term goal. And paying a price during the short-term agenda will ultimately give you reward. So you have to think about that. You won't always get the break at the beginning. Sometimes you're going to have to push and push and push until you walk through. And when you say for people to trust you, trust cannot be given without being earned. So your credibility in a business or as an employee is about how you prove yourself when you do finally get the opportunity. So if you prove yourself with one person, invariably, in my words, I think you've proven yourself to 10 times X number of people. Because that one person probably knows so many people. And that's why, more than any time else in your business, doing everything right and giving the best of yourself for every opportunity you get in your startup stage and later will always be added value and a great asset to you.
Send in your comments, questions, and shout-outs to our Facebook page, facebook.com/IgniteTV, Twitter/IgniteTVNG, and check out our website, www.ignite-tv.com. For extras on Ignite, visit our YouTube account on www.youtube.com/IgniteTV Nigeria for lots more about the show and lots of useful information on building your business.